It's Adam and Kevin, the gods of nerd heaven. They'll be making sure that everyone's heard 'em. They're taking back Nerdom.
Take back Nerdom. Hello, we are taking back Nerdom. We are here for some just news, from some movie news, entertainment news, reactions to this news, and comments, concerns, and questions. And really, we want you guys to comment and let us know your thoughts on these news subjects that we talk about, and help us create more videos by us responding to what you're saying. We will respond. These videos are going to be made specifically for responses. So if you respond, it'll help us make more of these and continue responding like a never-ending circus of responses.
Yeah, we want to be a community for everybody out there. We can all have a big conversation and enjoy all the entertainment and stuff that's out there.
And so, kicking off this current news, breaking news,
Extravagant news.
Right now, they are trying to recreate these Stephen King books into movies. Most notably, recently, Edgar Wright has been apparently pinned to direct a remake of The Running Man. That's right, The Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 80s.
Yeah, the late 80s, early 90s. It was a pretty entertaining movie for those that haven't seen it. I would say if you've run out of new content to watch, it ain't a bad flick to pick up and look at.
I personally, and this may be just weird, I haven't been impressed with a lot of Edgar Wright stuff recently. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I mean, what's the last thing you remember him doing? That was well. Wasn't he forced out of Ant-Man?
Yeah, he was. He was supposed to be the one that did Ant-Man, and then they call it creative differences, but they do that a lot. Yeah, you never really hear the backstory of why it really
he went on and did like a horrible movie. He went on and did like a trash movie. Oh, so I don't know. I know Edgar Wright has a notable name, but I mean, what's he done recently to really, give him this this action movie? Running Man's gonna end up being this this actiony dystopia, movie. I just don't know if I would give it to him.
And honestly, even though it's a remake, it's pretty unique to all the movies coming out right now. It's the basis is it's in a utopian future where most societies run off this game show, and they they frame a war hero or military type. I wouldn't say if he's war, but he's like a military cop type hero. When Arnold played it, and they had him go through this gauntlet. And the idea of Running Man is awesome to watch. But you're right with that director. I mean,
I'm retarded. Yeah,
what happened?
Edgar Wright's like the director of every best movie ever made.
Yeah,
I forget. No, you know what? I'm gonna say some controversial stuff. I like 2 of these movies. I think
Baby Driver was amazing.
I
liked it.
I thought Baby Driver was decent. I think Scott Pilgrim versus the World is over jerked.
It's all right. I would say that it's all right.
Last Night in Soho. This was his last movie he made,
and he's making Baby Driver.
Is it any good? Have you seen Last Night in Soho?
No.
It sounds Soho boring.
I mean, go through that list. I can tell you what I've seen.
Adventures of Tintin.
I haven't seen that.
I thought someone else did this, or maybe he was teamed up with the guy that did Jurassic Park. Who did that again? Jaws.
Now, some of this he's listed as a producer. Doesn't mean he actually did.
Okay.
Because he did not do The Last Jedi, but I think he was listed as a writer or producer for that. I did see Shaun of the Dead.
So he produced it, Ant-Man and Wasp. He just didn't direct.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Shaun of the Dead's awesome. Hot Fuzz is awesome.
Baby Driver was pretty good. Was good. I liked it.
Okay, so I can see why they feel the need to give it to him. I would give it to a newer director. I would give it to Wes Ball. Wes Ball, if you don't know, he is an up and coming director. I say up and coming. He directed a pretty successful trilogy, the Maze Runner trilogy.
See, and so Ball you know what? That movie. I'm glad you said that. That to me, I think that's underappreciated.
Like, 100%.
And the actor, man, busted his butt. Dylan, what's his last name?
Yeah, he broke his body parts.
He did some stunts.
He went to the hospital.
And when they started talking about a new Peter Parker, before they casted Tom Holland.
He was
actually I was hoping he would get it.
He's up for the
And
role.
I'm not saying Tom Holland's doing good, so I'm not gonna hate on that. But that guy there you just mentioned, he's already got Maze Runner in his belt, which is kind of in the same realm as The Running Man. It's a dystopian future.
Yeah,
you're sending people through a maze or gauntlet, And my main concern about this, what made The Running Man, was not just the story and then entertaining kind of plot that they put the people in.
Yeah,
but the villain.
Yeah,
you have to have an over the top.
Edgar Wright has not had many villain work, has he?
I don't think he has. No,
I mean, who's the villain in Shaun of the Dead? Zombies. Who's the villain of? I don't know. I got Hot Fuzz had a pretty fun villain twist, I guess, but not much of a battle at the end. He just trips and a thing goes through his face. I mean, he's good with comedy. Is Running Man going to be a comedy?
It has comedic aspects to it, but it's pretty much more of an action thriller.
Yeah,
but it does have comedic aspects to it. It needs to have some comedy in it.
Yeah,
but the person that plays the host, and I can't even think of the host's name right now. Killian, I think is his name. I could be wrong on that. That needs to be a pretty good actor that knows how to be comedic and be cynical at the same time and be able to pull that role. Because who knows who they're going to get to play. If they're doing an actual remake and they're just going to recast all the characters in here, but just change it up a little bit, you don't have to have somebody like the beauty of that role is you don't have to have someone be like Arnold. You don't have to have some 6'4", 6'5", whatever tall Arnold is. You just need somebody that can play an action role and be able to produce lines when needed. To me, the majority of the acting came from the villain in that movie because it was always panning back to him while the hero was running from things.
Yeah.
So he kind of carried the weight of the dialogue. So that's why I say if you're going to go that route, the villain needs to be able to carry dialogue.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And they need to have, another way they could carry the weight off this, they could bring in some well-known actors that are buff and built to be some of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if they put The Rock as a villain?
As
one of the gladiators.
No, he should be the Jesse Ventura character.
Yes, you could be The Rock. You could do John Cena.
Yeah.
You could buff it up with.
They're not going to give him that much money for this. It's going to be a bunch of English actors probably. He works with a lot of English actors. I don't know.
Because it's the Arnold movie, the pomps and circumstance might push it to have a little bit better budget. But they can save money by they don't have to use CGI a lot in this movie.
No, they don't.
They could use CGI in the scene to make it look futuristic, but they don't have to CGI everything because most of it's hand action. They didn't use CGI when they made the first one, and it worked just fine. Yeah. So they can save the money on the CGI and just hire the better actors.
Going back to what I was trying to say about Wes Ball, I really thought my comments on this is that Edgar Wright is pinned for the directing. Nothing's confirmed. The movie's not even confirmed. It's just that that conversations have moved far along.
Yes,
that it's a huge possibility that this is being made, or this movie's being made, and they are looking for a director. And Edgar Wright has expressed.
I think it will be made because that's a trend. They did It 1 and 2.
Yeah,
they did Pet Sematary. They have The Stand on TV right now.
Yeah,
and it just seems like it's a trend that they're remaking Stephen King movies. There is a movie that I like, and if they remake it, they better remake it right. I have an affinity for Silver Bullet. It's just a good classic movie, and if they make a remake on Silver Bullet, please do a good job on it.
I'm just kind of high. I say high. I'm just kind of high on trying to get new directors, are not necessarily new, but you know what I mean, like new
talented directors.
Like I want new big names when it comes to directors. Like just looking back at us reacting to the Mortal Kombat trailer, that's a brand new director basically. What has he done? He's done pretty much nothing. This is his first big movie. And so that's what I'm saying. And it looks badass. It looks awesome. That's what I'm saying.
We need new directors. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm not hating on directors. It's a hard job. I couldn't do it. I mean, maybe if I had all the schooling and time and experience they did, maybe. But the thing is this: you have directors from the old days that were really good.
Yeah. But
they're gone. They're retiring. You don't see them around anymore. But then you had this new batch of directors. And what's weird is some of these new batch of directors that come out a while back their early work was good, but it seems like every single one of them, when they hit that, like your buddy Zack Snyder, His early work is pretty good. But ever since then, he's been kind of hit or miss, and mainly miss. M. Night Shyamalan, he had some good runs at the beginning, but then he's had a lot of trash. Michael Bay, if you look at Michael Bay's early movies, they are good. But when he started getting into this Transformers, it's like a Decepticon must have got on his head, and he just totally like reprogrammed himself. Because I'm gonna tell you something, that Ninja Turtles had all the makings of a decent movie. They even brought Cat Krang in the Technodrome in the second one, and look how they destroyed the movie. I don't want to begin. One day, me and Adam the segment I've been thinking about us doing is like discussing movies that we feel are just brutally hurtful to the eye. And I'm going to say without any doubt that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 of the new franchise.
Oh, the new franchise.
Is going to be, I like the old franchise. The old franchise was decent. But this here, oh my gosh. Don't get me started.
But I like what's their names? Seamus is in it.
Well, it's fine to say I liked an actor in it, but where did it go? Did you see how horrible performance the guy who played Arrow did in it as Casey Jones? He didn't even remind me of Casey Jones. I mean, guys, I'm gonna say this. They need honestly the directors, and these two are the not only ones that I can name. I could name a slew of them that's had good work and just for some reason fall off of left field. What's his name? Wes Anderson. Paul S. Anderson.
Yeah, Paul. Wes Anderson is always good. I don't know about
Wes Anderson. It wasn't Wes Anderson. It's
Paul W. S. Anderson.
His early work was really good, and he's had some hit or miss movies that were decent, but for the most part, he's fell off.
Jeez, yeah.
And
well, I don't know. I haven't tried. When I get home after us recording this episode, I'm going home and I'm going to watch Monster Hunter.
Don't.
Have you seen it already?
I haven't seen it, but from people I've talked to, it's
I'm going to watch it.
They said,
I'm going to review it.
They said if you like Monster Hunter, like you liked Resident Evil, you're going to see the same torment in this that happened to you in Resident Evil, because you get the same director and you get the same actress. They said they're tearing up another franchise. They moved away from Resident Evil. Now they're going to tear up Monster Hunter.
I wish we could set you up something where we could do. I really want us to be able to do like me review a movie, you review the same movie, but it's two different videos, and then we'll come back and we can have debates later about that way we're not that way it's strictly my thoughts, your thoughts, and then we can combine them later about why'd you think that.
We could do once I get my new place and we get better internet where I'm at, I can do that. But the internet I have right now,
I'm just trying. I'm spitballing some content we're gonna do for you guys.
That is gonna be down the pike though. We're gonna
dual movie review, movie duels.
Well, not even duels. It could just be
movie review duels, review offs, or just reviews from different perspectives of the people on the channel.
Actually, that kind of I'm spot on thinking about this. How about we could create a segment called either Spot On or Spotlight, to where me and Adam review one of our solo reviews.
Yeah.
But we actually review our review so much more. Like what we're doing is we're taking what one of us is saying about the movie and then reflecting on it as to, is this really what is coming out of this? Does this make sense what we're saying? Or does it have any pliability to the movie?
Okay, it might be hard to put together, but what if I come in this room, sit down, I record my review. I leave. Yeah. You come in, sit down, record your review, and then the video we post will be us watching the review and commenting, and I can comment. Yeah, that's a weird.
Because then it's like out of the box. It's like putting us in the hall of shame with each other.
Yeah, that's an out of the box way to review movies. No one really does that, so that'd be interesting. Moving on to other news. Speaking of, so Edgar Wright is deemed to do that. I keep bringing up that Wes Ball guy. I really wish Wes Ball would have been given Running Man, but the reason why he probably won't be given it is he's been stuck on another. I don't know if it's going to be a reboot or sequel, but it's another franchise film. He's been stuck in a franchise film. Can you guess which franchise?
What?
The Maze Runner director has been the Maze Runner trilogy director has been stuck on?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Think of something similar to like a Maze Runner and running. I mean, that kind of a dystopian future.
Mad Max?
No. One more guess.
Oh no. It's not Dune. What else is out there that's dystopian?
Yeah, he's going to direct the very. He'll be the director. It was just announced that the Maze Runner director will be.
Is it something that's been going or something they just started to rehash?
It's every few years.
And they've been making movies on this?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me Fast and Furious, are you?
No!
I hope not.
Anyways, the Maze Runner director will be directing the very next Planet of the Apes film.
Oh! My bad. Well, that's been a little while. I mean, the last one was made by the guy doing Batman right now. Whatever his name is.
Oh, see, that's pretty cool.
What is his name? Man, he's a
good...
he's a decent director and one of the newer ones. I can't think of his name.
Who's the Batman director?
Yeah, who's the director of Batman?
I don't know.
He did one of the good Planet of the Apes movies. I think the one he did didn't have Woody Harrelson in it.
Wait, say the Batman?
Yeah.
The Batman is being directed by Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves, yeah, he's a pretty good director. He's had a lot of good work. Pull him up.
Matt Reeves, he has directed The Batman. Oh, he directed both of them.
Yep.
Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, he did the first Cloverfield.
That
movie kind of grew on me.
He directed this one?
Says he did. I think J.J. Abrams
produced it.
Oh, he was on producer?
J.J. Abrams produced it.
What has he done?
But yeah, I think it was directed by Matt Reeves.
See, he is new, though. If you look at his work, he hasn't been doing this. He hasn't created movies very long, has he?
Pallbearer, 1996.
And some of that stuff there, I don't think he was a director.
Some of these are weird, yeah.
Like, I don't think he directed Under Siege 2.
Matt Reeves, Pallbearer, 1996.
Okay.
So I don't know. Under Siege, you say? Under Siege 2.
Oh, no.
Under Siege 2.
Please tell me he didn't direct that.
Is it Matt Reeves? Geoff Murphy. Screenplay. He wrote it.
See, but I mean, as far as being a director, I'm not saying his age. As far as being a director, he hasn't been directing very long. Like, a lot of people don't look at the age of directors. They look at how many movies they've put under their belt.
Yeah.
And so he's fairly new to the game, but he's had a good run so far. It's just going to be curious to see how long he keeps that run up.
Yeah.
I mean, Nolan's a good director. I mean, some of the movies people don't necessarily like or dislike, but he's a good director now. But there's not a lot of them. You are correct, Adam. There's not a lot of directors I can throw out at you that are just on a run, like a Steven Spielberg or George Lucas or what's the other one's name that's really good? James Cameron.
Yeah.
Or guys like that. They're like your top tier who you think about, or Jerry Bruckheimer, or what's the one that made all the Lethal Weapons? What's his name? Donner. Richard Donner had Richard Donner. You'd be looking forever at movies he made. I mean, and most of his movies were good. And I mean, we need that's like I'm glad they're starting to pull new actors because all the old guard is gone, man.
Dylan O'Brien. We should do a segment next time. We should do a segment about our upcoming actors and actresses that we see as they're going to be big stars.
Yeah,
we should try to predict the big stars of the future.
And a new trend nowadays is a lot of them, like old days, an actor would get a role in a movie randomly, and then they would get a bigger part in another movie, bigger part in another movie. They say, they're starring in this movie, and it popped off, they're a big star.
Yeah. The
trend now is they get in these TV shows.
Yeah.
And then if the TV show blows up, they blow up. It's like because I'm not okay. Game of Thrones is a good series. I liked it. There is parts of it we could argue about wasn't that great, but just notice all the actors and actresses that have gotten blown up careers just because they were in Game of Thrones, and they were literally nobodies before that. and it ain't even just Game of Thrones; it's other stuff. Look at the Twilight actors. Robert Pattinson, he's a good actor.
One.
Oh, well, I'm just saying.
One.
Well, let me ask you this.
The rest went to crap movies.
They are. But
did not blow up. They
would any of them got what they got if they wasn't in Twilight? Would any of them?
Yes. One of them was blown. She was blown up before Twilight. That's why she was put in there.
You think she was blown up? Really?
Both her and Robert Pattinson were in bigger movies than Twilight. Robert Pattinson was in Harry Potter before Twilight.
He's Cedric Diggory.
Twilight brought him down.
Yeah, I think
it took him a while for him
to get under that rug. That's why people are hating on. But Kristen Stewart, I don't remember anything big.
Kristen Stewart isn't. They can't even bring her back up. That's how bad Twilight's.
Well, it's kind of her fault.
She was in okay stuff. No, she was a good actress before Twilight.
She was so monotone. She became Bella and everything after that.
Kristen Stewart.
No, don't look her up.
I'm going to, because
you were hating on Emma Stone, and in my opinion, Emma Stone's a little bit better than Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart has gotten horrible recently, but let's try to get to.
What was her first movie? Maybe there's been some movies I like.
Oh, I know what it is. Catch That Kid.
I've never seen that before.
You never seen Catch That Kid?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't have no mustache.
I like Catch That.
I don't drive a good humor.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was the 13-year. Oh, let's see. The Flint uncredited.
No, I never seen that.
The Safety of Objects. Panic Room. She was the daughter in Panic Room.
I think I've seen that, and I think I've seen Cold Creek Manor. If that's the one that has, is the Cold Creek Manor the one with Dennis Quaid in it?
Let's see.
Is Dennis Quaid in that movie? If he is, I've seen that.
Dennis Quaid.
Yep, I've seen that. It's just it's 2003. That's been what 18 years ago.
So she was the kid.
That's not anything crazy.
She was the kid in Panic Room. That Panic Room was big. It had what's his name in it? Jared Leto.
I want you to look at the budget of Panic Room.
Catch That Kid. Zathura. She was the sister in Zathura. That's that was a big budget movie.
I'm gonna solve this easily. I want you to
Zathura.
I want you to look up the budget.
Jumper.
And the profit.
Look, she got famous from Jumper. That's what got her into Twilight. Jumper.
Jumper was okay.
It had fucking what's his name in it.
Yeah, but his career went down south ever since he had that movie.
Oh, whatever.
He got that because he was Anakin.
Exactly. This was a big movie. It had all the big characters.
But what happened to him afterwards?
Had big actors in it. Michael Rooker,
Jamie Bell.
Everybody, look at all the big. This movie has a bunch of famous people that are now famous. Kristen Stewart, the only one that got shafted because she did Twilight, and then
Michael Rooker.
She became a horrible actress. Adventureland was horrible too. Adventureland was horrible. Everything so far is horrible. I didn't watch that underwater movie, but I bet you it's horrible.
I watched it.
And Charlie's Angels movie was horrible.
I watched
Angels movie.
I didn't even watch that. I watched Underwater. I watched the Underwater movie because I'm a fan of creature films.
Okay.
And she dies.
Was it horrible? Say it. Say Kristen Stewart is horrible.
No, I don't.
After Twilight, because of Twilight.
I don't think it's because of Twilight.
Twilight depressed her so bad.
I don't think it's because of Twilight.
Probably
I think the fame. This is my opinion. I think the fame went to her head when she had that movie because it was so popular when it happened, and then afterwards she didn't put the effort she did prior to that.
Okay,
but I don't think it's the movie.
I think it drained her. It wasn't really. I don't think it went to her head. I think the fame drained her.
Because honestly, I'm not a personal fan of the Twilight series, but I'll say this: for them to make that much money on all 5 films, whatever they made,
off of Mormons.
Well, no. Mormons don't believe in vampires.
Yeah. Yes, they do. They say Mormons have weird vampire fantasies. You never been to school?
Of course I went to school.
See, exactly. So if you've been to school, you know that Mormons like to write weird vampire, werewolf love stories to each other.
What Mormons have you been talking to?
What? You didn't have to deal with that shit?
No.
Yes, I always see the Mormons always doing that to each other. They're always writing weird fantasy, really sick fantasy, like vampire, werewolf cosplay shit.
This is my opinion. Them what you call fake Mormons.
What?
That threw their bicycles in the ditch when they left class and did whatever. But anyway, all I'm saying is this. Twilight was probably the biggest film she ever had up to that point. And I guarantee budget and profit-wise is the biggest sense. And I think it just went to her head. And I mean, to me, she's always been kind of a monotoned actress. Like, if she wants to build her career back up, she should do what Pattinson did. He went to these indie movies and he busted his butt. He worked on his acting craft and he built his name back up.
Yeah.
She didn't want to put the work in. She should put the work in. I'm sure after Twilight ended, she had a slew of opportunities to probably pass on half of them. She's probably getting them left and right. But that's what I'm saying. The new actors, not to be way off the topic I was getting at, but a lot of them tend to try to tent pole off their series. Look at Millie Brown. You didn't know nothing about her. She gets into Stranger Things, and now she's in all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's up to her to maintain that. Look at Sophie Turner. People know who Sophie Turner was. She gets in Game of Thrones now. She's all over the place. But it's up to her to maintain it. You gotta take them. That's opportunity. Seize the moments. Like here at Nerdom, me and Adam are seizing the moment. We're trying to bring Nerdom to y'all. But just off topic, I want to ask y'all a question. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back and play Iron Man?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes, he realized that he's not going to get the decent roles he thought he was going to get. He's going to get a bunch of big budget roles only, and might as well just stick to the one he's good at and not try to recreate characters like Dr. Dolittle.
I mean, at this stage in his career, he doesn't need to establish himself. He's already had good movies in the past. We know he's a good actor, but why not just go ahead and take the money and be Iron Man again?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I get why Chris Evans is hesitant to do it, because some people don't want to sit there and kill themselves working out into that physical shape over and over. That's one of the reasons why Hugh Jackman left the role, because there's just such a strain on his body. He even said that. Because what are you going to get out of him? If Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine, would get him one time, then you'd want him more. And he can't do it anymore. He's like, Hugh Jackman's what, 50, 60 years old? You want him to go do push-ups and sit-ups and hit the gym all day and have a heart attack or stroke?
I don't know, man.
I mean, they got to recast Wolverine.
Final news of the day. Final director's news. Tim Burton has just been pegged for the Netflix series starring Wednesday Addams. They have no casting for it, but this will be a Wednesday movie based off the Addams family. They thought they wanted Johnny Depp as Gomez.
Another shame, but they pulled him, huh?
They don't know yet. They're weighing their options.
Okay,
because Tim Burton wants Johnny to do it, but Tim Burton's also kind of on the fence because of all the stuff going on.
Well, we don't here at Nerdom, and I hope I'm speaking for me and Adam when I say this. We don't try to jump into politics or try to jump into serious stuff like, domestic disputes. But my thing is this: they're letting Amber. I know he lost his case from what I heard, but
no, he just won again.
Oh,
he brought it back
even better. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Until I don't like the idea of someone losing jobs because of something that's not proven yet. And it's a form of cancel culture that I don't agree with. We should find out if these people are guilty before we start punishing them. Because, I mean, that's that person's livelihood. Yeah, he makes more than me. He has more money than me right now. He probably could never be a movie star again, and he'd probably be set for life. But, I mean, he might have a passion for that. He might want to keep doing it. And there is some roles he's good at. I mean, I just think we should wait and hear facts before we jump on somebody.
Yeah.
And we should find out if they're guilty or not. We've always had this saying, innocent before guilty. That should apply to everything else. Because what if you do all this and then find out he's not guilty?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sorry, but he would make a heck of a Gomez.
He would.
I mean, why not have him?
He'd be good.
I got a second person in mind, but I'd prefer him. Luke Evans.
Okay. He'd be a good Gomez, too. Luke Evans would make a good Gomez. They have not casted Wednesday yet, but apparently this will be Wednesday will be the centered character of the show, and it will feature Wednesday as a young detective doing cases.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or she's like a detective. It's going to be a detective-ish type show where Wednesday is solving cases. Yeah. Whether she's a professional detective or not, I don't know.
I hope they use
she might be a teenage detective.
Well, they'll have to, but I hope they use a new actress. It's good. I think it's good business for them to mix in some older talent with some younger talent.
Yeah.
That way the younger talent gets in and kind of gets comfortable doing big roles. And at the same time, the older talent still, even if they're getting older to where they're not hitting the big ones, they still get to perform. And the other news is pull it up, the name of that actress that just got that Supergirl role supposedly in the new Flash movie. They just released that today, from what I heard. I couldn't remember her name, but it sounds like she's a new actress. I don't think she's done a whole ton of work. I'll be wrong.
Melissa Benoist?
No, that's the DC. That was the
new actress recast, Sasha Calle.
Yes,
Sasha Calle.
What has she done? You click on her name, see if she's been in anything we know of.
Sasha.
Her name's popping up now. She's trending.
Sasha Callie was in Final Stop, The White Shoes. That's it.
So that's actually pretty cool. That's a newer actress that hasn't been around for a while, you know?
Okay, look. No, she was in The Young and Restless for like
soap opera.
2018, 2019 for 4 years. So, I mean, that's what
she started somewhere.
That's what she's been doing, Young and Restless.
Again, what we were talking about a while ago.
Yeah,
they get in a series or something, and then they jump into a thing. But you know, that's a big jump from her going from because this is not a TV show she's getting into. This is going to be the DCEU.
Yeah,
Supergirl. And I don't know what they're doing with the Flash movie. My mind's blown on what they're. I heard they're going to mix in Flashpoint with other series. I don't know. I just hope. Ezra Miller is a decent actor, but I've never pictured him as a Flash character. I still can't wrap my mind fully around it. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I told myself after seeing him in Justice League, because I know Justice League was a horrible. The studio just screwed that movie. That's why I'm glad Snyder's getting this cut. So at least we'll see what the director had in mind instead of what we got. Even if it's garbage, because we know if it's garbage, they're just gonna. It's on the streaming platform. We know they're just gonna reboot it. They already said they're gonna make a new Justice League down the road anyway, so it's not gonna have a tie-in probably. But what kind of good benefit could it be? You know, you're a soap opera, and then all of a sudden you're told your agent called. You're gonna be playing this iconic character. That's crazy, and
it's too much to handle.
And it just makes you wonder, how's she going to tie into the Flash? The Flash, and from what I remember, Flash and Supergirl don't have any tie-ins.
I don't keep up with the CW stuff.
Oh, I'm not talking about CW. I'm talking about DCU.
It's going to be on HBO.
It's going to be a movie. No, the new Flash movie. They're working. They casted her. The actual big movie. Warner Brothers. Yes.
Okay.
So it's like
I was confused on that.
And I'm like, what are they going to do with this? Like, how does this fit in? You would think she'd be cast in a Man of Steel 2 movie. Because, you know, the first Man of Steel, they said one of the pods were empty, and they never really said for sure what was in that pod. I always assumed it was Supergirl.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going on. They're going all over the place putting Supergirl in the Flash movie. And this is the first Flash movie. And back to Ezra Miller, that's why I always said I was going to give him a chance watching him in his own movie before I said, oh, man, I just hate Ezra Miller. Because we all done it, man. No, I want one person to tell me with a straight face that they really thought 100 billion% that when they first heard Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, that he'd make a great Wolverine. Tell me that.
They did.
They did not.
He was a good actor.
He's a good actor, but did you see him as Wolverine?
What was in prior to that? Australia?
That or maybe the one with John Travolta. What is it called?
What?
There's a one that he's in with John Travolta and Halle Berry. I don't know if it was before he got in X-Men or after.
Let's see. X-Men was in 2000. Let's look at Hugh Jackman. I want to know the movie.
Oh, the dude's talented. He's an awesome stage performer, great actor. But I'm just saying, as far as
what movie was he in? Right,
seeing him before he owned Wolverine. I'm not hating on him, but
it sounds like you're hating on him.
Nah, I like Hugh Jackman. I like most of his role. You watch Prestige? I love that movie.
Let's see. Oh, The Good Spy.
Prisoner. Have you seen that? It's a really good.
Prisoner
movie.
was really good. 2000. Let's go 2000. Right before X-Men, he was in Oklahoma.
Was it a musical?
Yeah, I think it was. Erskine King's Paperback Hero. He did some TV series.
So the movie I'm talking about, Go Up. Swordfish. It came in afterwards.
Yeah, Swordfish was after. So
that's the one with John Travolta and Halle Berry.
So what was Paperback Hero? Was he the main character in that? Yeah, he was.
How does that look like somebody's going to play Wolverine?
An Australian truck driver writes romance novels.
No way.
How about this one? Barky left home 2 years ago to escape his abusive father.
But look at his photo. Look at him. Does he look like anything that you would imagine be a Wolverine? No. And another thing, y'all look me in the face on this one too. Some of y'all probably try to play this off. Who thought Heath Ledger would have made the great Joker he did?
Cowboy Curly McCain.
Exactly. And then you're Wolverine. Come on. Please don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. Maybe one of these shows he was a badass.
And Heath Ledger. What was Heath Ledger's movie before he got the Dark Knight role?
Look,
it don't even matter because that dude.
Oh, look though. He was a badass in this show.
One show with a photo.
In the TV show, that's what got him in.
That's my Wolverine.
He's this badass. He's a badass in prison.
Prison was after.
I bet you who the casting director seen this show.
Maybe so, but still, man, if you look at his overall work, you would not have thought him be Wolverine.
And what's this one? Inspired. And look, then he was a cowboy.
He was a rugged guy. He played Western types.
Yeah, Western types in this prison
cowboy.
Yeah, but he's a rugged guy.
Anybody could be a rugged guy. Come on.
I don't know what the segment's called. Is it called News and Chat?
This is called Open Discussion.
Open discussion on Taking Back Nerdom. What were your thoughts on the topics we talked about? We chatted about the directors that are pinned to direct new movies, such as the next Planet of the Apes, Running Man, the TV series on Netflix about Addams Family, Wednesday
Addams.
We
also talked about the new casting in the Flash movie for Supergirl. What's going to go on with that? And we also kind of gave vibes like, you know, it's why it's hard to gauge when you hear a casting. You go, not this person. And then, like I said, Hugh Jackman, Heath Ledger are two prime examples of people that I guarantee you the majority of us thought would not have made a good actor for that role, and then they owned it.
Yeah,
owned it. Just like Robert Pattinson. Y'all know most of y'all seen the Batman trailer that come out.
Is he going to own it?
I don't know if he is, but just seeing what he's done so far, he looks like an off-the-wall Batman, like you should. And they said they're going to noir. That's why they said there's two Batmans. They already come out and said that this Batman is going to be separate from the DCU Batman that they're going to recast.
Yeah.
So I like the detective aspect.
Do you like the detective aspect? Who's your favorite upcoming director? Who should direct these films? Do you like any of these directors? Who's a director that you have your eye on? What's an actor you have your eye on? An actress you have your eye on? Because I mean, if we're gonna do what we got to do, we gotta not just look at the current. We got to look at the future.
Yeah, we got to look to the future. Who do you think should play? They're talking about making a Silver Surfer movie down the road. Won't y'all in the comment section tell us some people you think would make a good Silver Surfer?
And
my vote is already Keanu Reeves.
Who would you have direct a Silver Surfer movie?
I got my pick.
Who?
J.J. Abrams. He's already shown he can do sci-fi. But if you wanted to go a new guy, you can. I'm just saying.
I like that.
Somebody you can rely on that's done the space genre enough, or James Cameron.
James Cameron would be
because he's just Space Odysseys. You know, you need somebody, and even if not, maybe be a producer and guide the new director.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Go to our Facebook, like it. Taking Back Nerdom on Facebook. We post news constantly on the daily. We post. We try to post a new video every day throughout the week. Sometimes we'll skip days. Sometimes we'll skip weeks. It really depends on our schedule. But, just keep checking back. If we're not posting on YouTube, we're posting on the Facebook. And we're always trying to give you content because it's going to be a lot of hard work between us, between you, between us together as we take back Nerdom.
I go to art house cinemas several nights a week. I blog about the classics and buy the DVDs. Directors don't know who I am or care that I exist, but I defend their work for hours at parties when I'm pissed. Media, I gave you all the best years of my life. I tell the world about you on social network sites. When I'm not consuming you, I'm telling others too, and wishing I could hang around the people who make you.